UFC 324 just took place, and I'm gonna give you my raw reaction and thoughts on the full fight card. So let's get into it. So first off, we had Adam Fugit versus Ty Miller. In this fight, Ty Miller showed off his skills. It was a beautiful debut against a tough Adam Fugit. Adam Fugit fought, and anyone that was crazy enough to bet on him, he fought for their money. But there wasn't a lot of takers. Ty Miller knocked Adam Fugit one time, knocked him down one time, and just beat him up, straight obliteration. Adam Fugit had nothing. He was trying to survive. He tried to make it to the second round, but didn't make it. They stopped it with 1 second on the clock, and Ty Miller won by KO. And I think, I know we got Ty Miller by KO. I don't know what round, but we definitely hit Ty Miller by KO. So that was the first fight of the night. Next up, we got Josh Hokett versus Denzel Freeman. So I got this fight completely wrong. I had Denzel Freeman to go to win by decision, and that shit did not happen. Uh, Josh Hokett finished Denzel in the first round with 1 second on the clock. Same situation as the fight before, and Denzel had nothing to offer Hokett. Josh Hokett came in, took down Denzel, and they were on the floor for a little bit. No, I wasn't expecting that to happen. I thought Hokett was going to go in there and try to straight brawl, but that wasn't the game plan. He shot for the takedown, shot some nasty ground and pound. Then they went back on the feet, and same thing. Hokett just pressured Denzel. Denzel had nothing to offer. And I want to say at the 2.5 of the first round, Denzel was done, completely done. He gassed out, had nothing to offer, and Hokett just beat him up and was able to get the KO in the first round. So our read on this fight was completely off, but still an entertaining fight. Josh Hokett had some choice words in his post-fight interview with Joe Rogan, but everyone laughed, everyone loved it, so that was that. Next up, we have Alex Perez versus Charles Johnson. In this fight, they both came in with a pressure-heavy offense. That was their game plan. They both came in trying to strike and just be in the pocket. And in my opinion, Alex Perez had the better output, had the better exchanges, and the fight was going well up until Alex Perez was able to catch Charles Johnson with the 1-2, and particularly caught Johnson with the left hook, which knocked down Charles Johnson, and he was able to recover for a little bit, for a couple seconds, up until Alex Perez kept on going with the pressure. He didn't let off the gas tank. He knew that Charles Johnson was cooked, and he wanted that finish. So Alex Perez kept on going, knocked him down for a second time, and it was downhill from there. Charles Johnson could not recover. Alex Perez saw the blood in the water and went for the kill, and got another first round finish. This whole card was the first 3 fights were first round finishes. So Alex Perez got a KO finish in the first round, and that was that. Sad to see Charles Johnson lose that way. He was cooking. He was on a good winning streak, but Alex Perez ain't no joke. So on to the next one. All right, Nikita Krylov versus Modestas Bukalkis. So I know this busted a lot of people's parlays and definitely lost a lot of people money. So Nikita Krylov came in with a heavy pressure and just came in with heavy boxing, and Modestas Bukalkis had nothing to offer. He looked scared. He looked defeated from the first ring of the belt. He had nothing to offer. Nikita came in, beat him up, looked to stumble him for a little bit. And the fight was that way for most of the rounds, and I thought it was gonna go to decision. I thought Nikita was gonna win a decision up until he knocked down Modestas Bukalkis in the last, I think, 10 seconds of the third round, and he pounced on him, hit him with some ground and pound, and Modestas was done. It was a done fight anyways. Nikita was gonna win, but I would never expected Nikita to get a KO. I didn't even expect him to win. I went for Modestas, so it was a crazy fight. We saw the dog have some bite still. He still has some tread in the tire, and it was crazy. He got the KO with 3 seconds on the clock, and hey, is Nikita gonna make another run? I don't know. I doubt it, but hey, that's a W. So good for him. Next one. All right. Next up, Atiba Gutierrez versus Andre Poliev. So again, I think a lot of people lost money on this fight, particularly on props. I'm pretty sure a lot of people had Atiba by KO, and this fight went to decision. First fight in Atiba's career to go to decision, but that's good for him. He gets to learn, get more experience in the cage, and he'll just grow from there. This fight, Atiba came in, looking for that KO, 100%. Never got it, but that's what he was looking for. And Andre fought back. He didn't let anything affect him. He kept his distance. He knew those strikes from Atiba were gonna knock him out if he tried to engage too much, and so he stayed out of the pocket. Tried to piece him up from outside. Was in was in the pocket for a little bit, trying to get some work in. But at the end of the day, Atiba's Atiba. He got 2 knockdowns. Andre Poliev is a dog, though. He did not give up on himself. He tried to recover, which he did. He recovered, got out of there, and a lot of fighters would have just given up or actually gotten KO'd. So props to Poliev for fighting through adversity. But yeah, everyone knew Atiba was gonna win. Um, but like I said, he won by decision. Good for him. Get some experience under his belt, and yeah, Andre Poliev, I'm sure he'll be back. He's a good fighter. So yeah, on to the next one. All right, boys, and the headliner of the prelims: Umar Nurmagomedov versus Davidson Figueiredo. So Umar, like I said, a lot of people think he's a wrestler, primarily a wrestler. He's not. They both came in striking. Davidson looked good. It was a competitive fight, but a clear winner. Umar clearly won. Um, Umar came in with his kickboxing, and Davidson was trying to get in the pocket, trying to box with Umar, but Umar was too fast and too slick. He was getting out of there, and most of what Davidson was throwing wasn't hitting Umar. Umar was able to get out of there, and whenever he was in a little bit of trouble or having a little bit of adversity, he would take down Davidson. He took down Davidson in the first, and I believe in the third. Don't quote me on that, but I know he rode off the first round, and he was able to take down Davidson 2 times. So Umar won by unanimous decision. Everyone knew Umar was gonna win, no doubt. But yeah, like I said, a competitive fight, entertaining fight. I don't know why it was the headline of the prelims. It should have been in the main card, but it is what it is. What are you gonna do? But nonetheless, Umar deserves to fight for the title next, in my opinion. There's nothing else for him to do but fight for that title. So, yeah, Umar won by unanimous decision. If anyone locked that in, like I told you, you guys would have won some money. So, there's that. On to the next. On to the main card, actually. All right, Natalia Silva versus Rose Namajunas. All right, so I thought Rose had nothing in the gas tank, but I was wrong. She had a little fire. This fight could have gone either way. If they gave it to Rose, not a problem. If they gave it to Natalia, which they did, not a problem. The first round was very competitive. So was the second. I lean more towards Natalia Silva, and yeah, they both came in striking. With some throwing some taekwondo. A lot of leg kicks, a lot of pressure, both in the pocket. When the going got tough, or when there was a little bit of adversity, Natalia Silva would take down Rose. She did take her down once, just once, and that was in the third round. And yeah, first round was very competitive. Natalia Silva came in, pressure heavy, using her legs a lot. Second round, same thing, a lot of pressure from both fighters, but it was very noticeable that Rose started to lay off on the gas tank, started to cruise a little bit, not so much, but a little bit. It seemed like she thought she was winning rounds 1 and 2, and coming into the third round, she definitely started cruising. She didn't have much. She laid off on the gas tank completely, and Natalia Silver saw the opportunity. She literally dominated round three, and I think that's mainly the reason why the judges gave it to her, because judges typically see how a fight's going and especially keep an eye out on for the third round, especially if it's a close fight. And that's what happened in this fight. Natalia Silva gave it her all in the third, took down Rose, held her there through some ground and pound, and was able to do her thing. And at the end of the day, Natalia was able to win a unanimous decision, and good for her. Again, she's supposed to be fighting for the belt. I don't see a lot of improvement from her last fight, to be honest. I don't. Rose is good, but I don't really hold it a high regard nowadays. So seeing Natalia Silva kinda struggling a little bit, kind of scares me. But then again, you got to think about it. But Valentina Shevchenko, she's getting up there. By the time she fights Silva, she'll be a lot older too. So who knows? We'll see. But yeah, Natalia Silva definitely deserves to fight for the belt next, and that should be her next fight. So let's see where she goes. But yeah, Natalia Silva by unanimous decision, round three. On to the next. All right, next up we got Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis. Two heavyweights, we all know them, we all love them. Waldo Cortez Acosta was able to KO the KO artist and give him a little taste of his own medicine. Waldo Cortez Acosta came in with a good game plan. He was elusive, came in with with a good mixture of leg kicks, strikes, and Derek Lewis just came in with a heavy boxing approach, looking for that one-hitter quitter that never came. Waldo Cortez Acosta was keeping the distance, hitting him with some leg kicks in the when he was out of the distance, and when he was in the pocket, he was snapping him with the 1-2, just beating him up, hitting him with some counters whenever Derek Lewis was trying to make the fight wild. Derek Lewis came in with some heavy overhands, which missed. Waldo was too fast for him. He was too elusive. He was able to get out. He knocked down Derek Lewis one time. They're giving Waldo a takedown, which I don't think. I think it was more of the knockdown, which he just followed up on. Derek Lewis looked defeated, man. After the first, after the first, I would say he was just done. He knew he wasn't gonna get Waldo out of there. Waldo was just too quick. And Derek was too slow, man. He's 40 years old. I mean, it's heavyweight. They have more life in their career, but he looks slow out there. Waldo was just too quick for him, man. Too quick. You can compare Waldo to Cyril Gahn, honestly, because their movement is, they're both pretty quick. They're pretty quick heavyweights. A lot of heavyweights are just flabby, don't move. But yeah, Waldo had good movement. Like I said, Derek Lewis was just, I don't think it was him gassing out. He just kind of gave up on himself. He knew he wasn't going to get Waldo out of there. So he just said, I'm done. Just finish me, end the fight. So Waldo did him that favor. And he was able to get the KO TKO in round two. And that's that. Derek Lewis is out of the picture, and Waldo Cortez moves up again. He called out Curtis Blades, and that would be a really good fight. It would test Waldo's ground game, because we all know where Blades wants to take the fight. So definitely after that Blades fight, he should fight for the title. But I wouldn't be mad if he did fight for the title now. But we'll see where Waldo goes from here. Let's see if he gets another short notice fight. But yeah, that's it for the heavyweights. Waldo Cortez Acosta wins by KO in round two. All right, fellas, and for our co-main event, we had Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong. Great co-main event. Sean O'Malley came in, mixed it up. Good performance by him. Song Yadong came in with some fire. You knew he wanted to win this fight. He mixed it up too, specifically taking Sean O'Malley to the ground 3 times out of 7. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to secure him the win. Sean O'Malley came in with heavy pressure. Typically, he likes to stay out of the pocket, but he came in, pressured him. They both pressured, but Sean O'Malley got the better of the exchanges. Song Yadong just couldn't get a beat, man. Couldn't get a beat. The fight was competitive. It was a competitive and close fight, but a clear winner. Sean O'Malley did win. He won rounds 2 and 3. The judges gave it a 29-28. But yeah, Sean O'Malley, we see where his headspace is at. You know, we were all thinking, what's he thinking? You know, two fight losing streak. But you know, he's there. I don't agree with his call out, him calling out Piotr Jan. Don't agree with that at all. I think that's a crazy call out. What I do agree with is during the broadcast, uh, Corey Sandhagen called him out with a tweet, and we've all wanted to see that fight. I want to see that fight, and I think that's who Sean should be fighting next. So, give me Sean versus Corey Sandhagen, maybe in the White House. That'd be cool. That'd be a really good fight. But yeah, Song Yadong, man, I had a lot of hopes for him. I thought he was gonna win this fight, but he just he let off the gas tank in round three, and I don't know. I think he was thinking that he won 2 and 3 and started cruising. He should have gave it his all. It was a very close fight. But yeah, he ended up losing. I think he's just gonna be a step for the up and comers. I don't know if he needs to evolve his game or be more aggressive, and not let off on the gas tank. Every second counts. Every second can be a finish. And some people just don't have that killer instinct. I don't know if Song has it. So Sean O'Malley wins, and he shows his championship level. He shows that he knows that every second's important, that any second can be the last, and he put it all out there. And he won unanimously as well. So decision fight for Sean O'Malley, good for him. Hopefully he fights Corey Sandhagen. I'd be very disappointed if he fought for the belt. He doesn't deserve that, but we'll see where it goes. All right, boys, and the moment we all waited for: Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett. This was a very exciting fight. A little cherry on top for the whole pay per view. It was a good card entirely. But we got Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett. Gaethje won unanimously, man. I say he won 4-1, but let me break it down for you guys. So first round, Justin Gaethje comes in. They both come in, striking. Paddy Pimblett's game plan was to strike. He struck the whole fight. He tried to shoot a couple takedowns when he was in trouble. He got none. But yeah, Paddy mainly kept it on the feet, tried to strike. And Justin Gaethje showed us part of his tool house that he mostly never does. He mixed it up. He took it to the ground, was able to get 3 takedowns, 3 out of 3. He just pieced up Paddy, man. It was bad. It was really bad. I think in the first, he broke his orbital. Paddy's right side started swelling up. Then later, like in the third, fourth round, he fucked up Paddy's left eye, and yeah, at the end of the whole fight, Paddy was messed up, man. Justin just beat him up on the feet. When they were in the clinch, he just took him down with with like a headlock, and just would beat him up, throw punches down there. And he rocked Paddy, like, I want to say 3 or 4 times, man. More realistically, like 3 times, but he rocked him 3 times. Tried to get him out of there, never gave up. I think at one point, I think it was round 3, there was like 10 seconds, 15 seconds left on the clock. Knocked Pimblett down, and I thought he was just gonna like let the next round come through. But no, he jumped in. He jumped into Paddy's guard and started throwing ground and pound, and was looking for that finish. He didn't get it, but he was looking for that finish. There was a lot of fouls. And oh, let me not forget to mention, Gaethje did eye poke Pimblett in one of the punches that led to one of the knockdowns. It was a nasty left thumb to the right eye socket of Pimblett. They never called that, but Gaethje eye poked Pimblett, and Pimblett gave him a nut shot. So those were the 2 fouls in the fight. Gaethje low key should have got a point deducted with that thumb to the eye, but they never called it. So yeah, he got, in my book, 1, 2, 4, and 5. If you wanted to take that point, it would be, so that would be a 4-1. If you took the point, it would be a 3-2. So Gaethje wins no matter what, and that's that, man. He's our new interim lightweight champion for a second time, and he's gonna fight Ilya. Ilya did say he's gonna fight later on this year, so we'll see. Gaethje did look a little rough. He looked a little flabby. I don't know if it was that staff, but we'll see. Whenever that fight goes on, and yeah, I don't favor Justin against Ilya, man. That's gonna be a brutal fight. But we'll see, man. We'll see whatever happens. Right now, like I said, Justin's our interim lightweight champ, and I'm happy for him. I did pick him as a dog, and he won for us, and I'm happy that he won. I don't think it's Pimlet's time. Like I said, Pimlet is underrated by some and overrated by some. I think he's good. I think right now he's like top 10. I don't think he can fight with the top 5 fighters right now. Right now. He'll grow in his game. He's gotten some experience being in there with Gaethje, and he'll definitely come back. But as of right now, a little, too much, a little bit too much. But good for Justin, and yeah, that was the whole fight card. I'm happy Justin won. Some good fights, a very good entertaining card. First card of the Paramount era, and yeah, what I will say is that Paramount had a lot of ads. That's something I didn't like. They had ads everywhere, man. In the corners during rounds. What really ticked me off was Buffer was announcing like the stats of the fighters, and then out of nowhere, Scream 7 coming out this Friday or whatever. Like, come on, man, just announce the info. Why is there an ad in between the fighter info? That's ridiculous. But yeah, there was what 11 fights, and there was like 120 ads. It's ridiculous. But yeah, not ads galore. That's all I gotta say. Besides that, the fight card was good. Everything was good. Everything played out. Typically with ESPN Plus, the fights were laggy or they would pause, and thankfully that didn't happen with Paramount. So that's a big plus. And yeah, like I said, those were my thoughts and live reaction, raw reaction right after the card for UFC 324. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week for UFC 325, headlining Volkanovski versus Lopez. And yeah, have a good night, have a good weekend, and I'll see you on the next one. Go Patriots!